that surrounds me from all sides. A little voice telling me that I am my body and my body defines me. But who gets to define my body? You've all probably heard this story before. From the moment I hit puberty, I could feel the weight of a gaze. A gaze not just from friends, but from parents and coaches and other role models. And I realize now that that was the start of self-consciousness I wouldn't shake for the rest of my life. You see, even though no one ever spelled it out for me, the rules of bodily conduct were always pretty clear. They became clear when my middle school dress code told me my skirt was too short and sent me home to change. Or when 8th grade rehearsal directors told me that my 8th grade cleavage was just too distracting and couldn't I just cover up? My freshman year of high school, walking home from school, getting catcalled on the streets, I learned that my body was dangerous. Shameful. I learned that it was my responsibility to situate my body in a way deemed acceptable to everyone else. I learned that my body was open to discussion and that everyone but me was welcome to weigh in. I learned from mainstream narratives that my body was supposed to look a certain way. Beauty, defined by standards for white, cis, straight, able, thin women. And then, after years of learning body hate, years of internalizing misogyny and racism and fucked up ideas of beauty, I found something else. Enter the counter-narrative. A politic of body love and body positivity, one that tells me to stop hating my body. Tells me to be brave, join the body peace revolution, and encourages people to love themselves, every last inch. The self-love narrative asserts that to be happy and whole, we must fuck conventional beauty standards and embrace our bodies, exactly as they are, regardless of what everyone is telling us. Putting the responsibility back on us, setting more unrealistic rules about how we are supposed to feel about our bodies, policing how we relate to ourselves. This oversimplified message of self-acceptance neglects to talk about existing in a body as a process that never ends. It often places the burden solely on the individual to resist constant and relentless shaming and oppression. How can anyone understand their body without understanding how society views it? How can we have feelings about our bodies that aren't influenced by what others tell us? Are we supposed to exist in vacuums? To say that we can ignore this world and just feel beautiful dismisses the fact that we do construct our self-image, at least partially, on the way our world shapes us. So what I'm wondering is if we can rethink the way we talk about how we feel about our bodies. And not only that, but how we talk and feel about all bodies. I want to critique misogynistic, racist, ableist, classist, sexist ideas of beauty. I want to recognize the difference between having personal preferences and assuming that everyone shares those preferences. I mean learning to appreciate all bodies, not just our own. And adopting a